to the TIMFD podcast. Today is my favorite day, and this is where we learn how to make the most of each day, even when life shows up with those unexpected plot twists we didn't see coming. If this episode encourages you, would you please take a second to like, share, and comment? Now, let's find out how today can be our favorite day.
Hey everybody, I've got Dr. Josh here, and Dr. Josh is a chiropractor in the area, but more than that, he's a businessman. And so what I want Josh to do is to come on here and talk about a businessman, your kind of view towards business for one, why chiropractic is another, and then how do you tie that all with your Christian faith. Are you cool with that?
That sounds awesome.
Okay, so first of all, let's just get a little bit of background from you. You're not from Florida.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's kind of go through that real quick.
Okay.
Where are you from? And I know you have business in Texas. So how did all that get going? So let's go.
Okay. So I was born in New Mexico.
Okay.
My parents were young, had me young. We traveled a bit. My dad was military.
Oh, there we go.
And
what part of the military?
He's Navy.
Navy, okay.
So he's retired now. So we traveled a bit. My early years, settled back in New Mexico after Dad went reserve, and went to high school there, and then on to college in Texas. Hence my Texas.
What college?
I went to Texas Tech.
Did you go to Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from there, I went to chiropractic school.
Okay. And which chiropractic school did you go to?
Parker. It's in Dallas.
Okay, Dallas. Okay. Yeah. So why chiropractic? Because that's a different type of field. So tell me why.
I think for me, I was already drawn to the health profession. I thought I was called to serve by helping people.
Okay.
And I thought it was originally going to be as a dentist.
Okay.
And I quickly learned that was not what I wanted to do. And no offense to dentists, but I decided that having my hands in people's mouths was not what I wanted to do.
You didn't want to be doing for the rest of your life.
So
I get that.
I appreciate my dentists and the dentists out there, but it wasn't for me. So I started searching, and what drew me to chiropractic is how much it aligned with my Christian faith as well.
Oh, wow.
And that chiropractic is more about supporting the body that God gave us, supporting what's already there and not trying to force change on it.
Okay. So that does tie to your Christian faith.
Absolutely.
So I want to get into that. But tell me first about your faith in general. How did you even come to faith? And now you're married and have
three kids.
3 kids?
3 kids.
Okay.
So born in a Christian home, raised in a Christian home. We went to church every Sunday. I went to youth group all the way through high school, and went my wayward way in college.
Typical prodigal son.
So
right.
I believe my wife was my girlfriend at the time that I met in college. She was very strong in her faith.
Wow.
Kind of led me back in that season. So It was only a very short time that I tried to go my own way and was quickly led back to where I should be. So that's kind of my Christian journey, I suppose. It's very common, I suppose.
Yeah. And when did you come to Christ? Do you remember that? Because you were a kid, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's probably between the 10 and 15 years old when I actually accepted Christ.
Okay.
And like I said, very fortunate to grow in a very loving Christian home.
And then when you came back from the short prodigal run that you were on.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How did that happen?
So I think just getting away from home was, I can make my own decisions. I can do what I want.
Okay.
I can indulge in this. I can indulge in that. I think it was very much a me.
Okay.
And now I'm away from home and trying to learn to be an adult. And just the more that I was making those choices, the further I was getting from God, the further I was not in maybe just the campus crusade. I was in Campus Crusade for Christ later on on the college campus. Very fortunate that when I was at Texas Tech, very much a Christian-based school, right? Like not the school itself, but I feel like there was so many Christians, a lot of Christians there, and so many opportunities to be around other Christians. And I saw that later on in college. So it was definitely, but I was choosing other things.
Right. And so what did your girlfriend do at that time that caused you to want to come back?
It was just as simple as saying, hey, would you go to church with me on Sunday?
Okay.
And instead of partying away into the Saturday night into Sunday morning, it was like I have to make a conscious decision. And, you can feel that pulling, right? I know most people can feel that at different times, and I definitely did then. She meant a lot to me. She was very important to me. And I thought, well, if this is the case, then I think I can go to church on Sunday.
This out.
Yeah. So it was very small things, but those small things started building up. And
well, that kind of tells you that that's a perfect example of just going, hey, do you want to come?
Yeah.
I mean, that the
So
question, hey, do you want to come? And then that ended up changing, obviously, your life back in with Christ and obviously marrying her.
Absolutely.
So when did you guys get married after that?
We got married in 2007.
Okay, 2007. And then was that during chiropractic school?
It was. So right in the middle of it, Pastor. I was 1 year into chiropractic school, and 1 year. So we got engaged right before, I believe, chiropractic school, and then married a year into chiropractic school.
Wow.
Not the best thing to do. It was a very stressful time in my life to add that, but one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you have 3 kids. How old?
3 kids. So they're 14, 13, and 8.
Yeah, that's right. You're in teenage world now.
It's teenage world, all right, Pastor. It's pray for me, that's for sure.
Well, everybody runs into that, right?
That's right.
And we were the teenagers for our parents.
I was there, for sure. It's like payback. I'm like, okay, how good of a teenager was I really?
Exactly. So now chiropractic school is over, let's say.
Yes.
And you went into chiropractic. You brought it up a little bit that it aligns with your Christian faith. So tell me a little bit more how that aligns.
So I think first and foremost, God created us to be purposeful. I believe God created us very intelligent. I believe we're born with all those things. And I believe God, the innate potential that our body has to heal and function and do its thing is all God. And I think we even have a slogan or a thing at our office, a sign that says chiropractic removes interference, God heals.
Wow.
And so I think that was just really powerful for me to say, okay, there is a nervous system within us that is functioning and it created us, right? Well, God created us, but within the womb.
Yes.
And now we just have to support it the best we can.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you're at West Chase Chiropractic right now.
That's right.
Here in Florida.
Yes.
But you also have clinics in Texas, right? So how did you get to Texas? And we're gonna move from New Mexico. Then you went to Texas for school, Texas for your education.
Yes, sir.
And then for your chiropractic. Now you're in Texas, and you're going to try to start you're going to first work for a chiropractor, I guess.
Right. So, the little thing in between there. So, graduated 2009, and I actually chose to go overseas and practice in Australia.
Wow.
So, met a great guy and became my mentor. He had practices in Australia. Wow. My wife and I are very adventurous. We didn't have kids at this time, so we said, why not?
Yeah.
So, we said, we'll commit to 2-3 years and go over there, practice, learn as much as I can, and learn to be a doctor, right? Like learn to actually look after people. And you learn that in school, but it's not until you really start seeing people outside. And so I thought that would be a great opportunity. We ended up staying for 7 years, having 2 kids there.
Wow. And his name?
His name's Craig Gilbert.
Craig Gilbert. Okay.
Yeah.
And so Craig's has done a practice in Australia for a while.
So he had up to, I think it was 18 practices at one time. So mentored a lot of young docs and mostly American docs. He had a passion for bringing docs from the States over to Australia. Wow. From an educational system viewpoint, he felt that chiropractic was the education that the chiropractic schools were better in the U.S. than they were elsewhere. Okay. And so he chose just his business model.
Wow.
So benefited us greatly.
No kidding.
And it was a great start to my career and understanding chiropractic more.
So you were there for 6 to 7 years?
7 years.
What did you like about Australia?
Oh, man. The people, the scenery. Obviously lived in coastal towns.
Okay.
And the ocean's beautiful. The country's beautiful.
What part of Australia?
So I was up in the northeast, so all Queensland.
Okay, Queensland. Okay.
So I was in 2 different practices, one a little bit further north and then one further south. Bowen and Bundaberg were the 2 cities.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
and do you miss it at all? Or?
I do. I go back in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
So main drawback was family. So once you have 2 kids and being that far from cousins, aunts and uncles, grandparents.
And so everybody's in New Mexico? They're all over the place.
So they're all over. Yeah, that would take us a while to get through.
So they're all over the United States. So you came back primarily so you could be closer to family at least.
True. Yes.
And there'd be connection. So did you move back to Texas?
Moved back to Texas. Okay. My wife's family is all in Texas.
Okay.
So that was the draw to go back to Texas. We ended up setting up our first practice east of Dallas. Okay. And then we grew we have 3 there now, all east of Dallas.
Wow. Very good.
And I practiced there for 8 years before moving to Florida in 2024.
Okay. So you move from Texas to here. You still have the practices.
Still the practices.
And you came out here, and then you're working with Dr. Sosa.
Dr. Sosa, yes.
Right? So another
Awesome
chiropractor's been around forever. Dr. Sosa was the gentleman that, when he found out I had cancer, said, "Hey, I want to help you." And then when our daughter died, he was there for us.
Yeah.
He's a
awesome human being.
Great heart, just loving heart.
Yes.
But so you came out here. How'd you hear about Sosa? I mean, what got you to even come out? You have practices in Texas.
Yes,
Why Florida?
I know. So I wanted to. Florida or Texas was getting too cold for me, Pastor. I like it warm, and
today was 32 degrees
it's freezing.
here.
We both had our jackets, holding them, keeping them on as long as we could.
Unbelievable.
So really, it was the lifestyle, the coastal lifestyle that we lived in Australia. My wife and I both missed it terribly. So it was brewing even before 2024. We had started thinking about. Before the kids really get into high school, which my oldest is in high school now, we wanted to make that change and live coastal again.
Good.
So
are you guys beach people, or?
We are very much beach people, water people. I call it, I tell patients every day, like, it's just my place that I can go and reflect and really know God is in control at all times. And it's just where I got to be. Dallas is very landlocked.
It is, because I lived in Fort Worth for 3 years. So I know that. And I like being near the coastline. I like water, of course, just like you. Matter of fact, in my book, Today is My Favorite Day, the beginning of it, I said that the water is my happy place. Yeah. It always is. It's a place of just calm, seeing how great God is and how small I am and how much I'm loved.
That's
to
awesome.
me, that's
so good.
The beach. I like being grounded too. I like putting my feet in the sand and just sitting there.
That's the same as me. Yeah. I like watching my kids now. We go Friday after school.
Oh, yeah.
And they run around, and at sunset you can see the glimmer.
Isn't that beautiful?
Endless water. It's just,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the sunsets around here are amazing. The sun rises over in Daytona. And Miami and that whole area. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Tanya and I were just talking about, we got to go back over there just to watch a couple of days of sunrises. Yeah. Because the sunsets are beautiful here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Here. All right. So you're here in Florida. You're doing your chiropractic work. Are you going to try to do some offices here too? Because Dr. Sosa has a tendency to have that happen. Yeah. He has guys work with him, and then they start their practices.
Yes. So you did mention how we met, and we met through another colleague that did work.
Oh, okay.
We met Dr. Serrano.
Oh, Serrano. I met Serrano. Yeah. They were the two guys that actually helped me in my cancer at first.
There you go. Yeah. So great, awesome chiropractor in the area as well. So we connected through Dr. Serrano. We lived in Clearwater and then moved closer out here.
Okay.
And I met with Sosa. We hit it off. I covered for him while his youngest daughter was getting married.
Yep.
And then he came back and he goes, "What do you think about making this kind of a permanent deal?" And it really fits well. He's a great Christian man.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It does.
And we have similar values, and I don't intend to start any. I intend to stay with him. And
so tell me the values that you guys see. And that, because you're a businessman. So, I mean, you have business.
Yes.
And you have it in Texas, and you're here. That tells a lot about Sosa, for one, Dr. Sosa. Michael is he has a calming spirit about him. He really does.
He does.
But what were the value things that you saw compared to what you do as business and what he was doing, and what brought you to say, hey, this is a good fit. Collaboration?
Absolutely. Pastor, I think the easiest thing is when I interview for doctors that work for us in Texas, and when I ask Dr. Sosa, it's one of the questions that I ask. I say, what are your top 5 values? Okay. List them out for me, and list them in priority. I don't want you to just shout them. I just want you to think about it and actually prioritize them from highest, number 1, to number 5. And my first 3 are God, family, and then chiropractic.
There we go.
Right. And so when Dr. Sosa says the same thing, it's like, okay.
Yeah, mine, God, family, and the church. That makes sense.
There you go.
So, it makes
absolutely.
total sense.
So,
okay, so you put those together. Yeah, I remember when Dr. Sosa, was, I always say Michael, because I've been connected to him with his family. When Dr. Sosa started bringing Christian music into the place, and I went, hey, this is
So
was
awesome. There a time when there wasn't? I'm just curious.
There was different types of music, some Christian music, some not.
Okay.
But it didn't really matter to me at first, but when he said, I'm bringing some Christian music in, I went, wow,
awesome.
Yes, let's do that. That's going to be awesome. And he did. I mean, he brought in, and I was going, some people are probably not going to be happy with that, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's so interesting you say that. I think in the course of, so almost, 17 years, I guess I've been in practice now. I'm trying to think of the amount of people that have been, I think they end up just leaving.
Yeah,
I just don't, they don't say anything.
No, they just leave.
But they just leave.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that are like,
I know.
I love.
This is awesome.
This is awesome. I love the music you're playing here. I know when I walk in, no matter what kind of day I'm having, whatever I might have been listening to in the car, I come in and.
The healing part of it too, there's a healing part of that music. When I went to Dr. Sosa and the staff and said, hey, my daughter had passed away, and I don't know what, I'm crushed. Yeah. And he goes, I need you in the office right now. Yeah. Come around. I go, man. And he goes, no, you need to come in. So I went in. And he said, just take that table there. They brought me over. They first prayed over me, which made me cry, and the whole team. And then they had me lay down on the bed and just lay there and listen to the music for 15 minutes. That's it. And then he finally came in, and obviously he was sad for us,
right?
But Minnie touched me. I just started sobbing.
Yeah,
and it was, and then he did some work on me, but I saw there was power in how God uses this profession in something I did not expect.
Yeah, so cool.
Okay, so for you, give me some a story or two or some things about people that. For me, that was powerful. Okay.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't so much him, doing all the movements on me and stuff. Right. It was more about, hey, this is about healing. This is about you being in the best place you can be. And have you had stories of that with people?
Yeah. So thanks for sharing. I mean, that's awesome.
It was powerful.
And who wouldn't want to work with somebody already centered like that? Yeah. I think first and foremost, there's always an intentionality when I come.
Yeah.
into it, and you obviously been into our office, and the layout, how it is, and it is a little bit different, but to have the bays and go in and be very intentional and focused with somebody is so important to me. Awesome. And I feel that there's even sometimes where, okay, I need to pray just a little bit longer.
Yep.
And yes, there are opportunities when somebody asks, hey, I know from the music, I know from your values and things. I can see around the office that you're probably a praying guy. Mm-hmm. Would you mind praying for me?
Absolutely.
And I think early on, I say, of course I'll pray for you. But now it's a stop, and how about I pray for you right now?
Yes.
And that's been so powerful. That's happened more than once. I've obviously I joined West Chase Chiropractic late last year, but to already have some of those experiences in the office, it just shows that it's a place that people know is safe.
Yes.
And that they can, when they're having a tough time, it goes beyond just the chiropractic care.
I'm going to tell you right now, it is a different place. I'm not saying it's perfect. There's no perfect place because we're all sinful human beings.
Yeah.
But there's something about that place with the intentionality of, get your exercise in, get your movement in so you're ready to go. Then we're going to get you into the bay, and you're by yourself, and we're going to do this with you. And I've had them pray over me a number of times in there.
That's awesome.
It's really kind of neat.
That's cool.
Neat experience, powerful experience.
Right.
So what does your wife think about chiropractic as far as just general? Because when you said, I'm going into the chiropractic world.
She was like, what?
Okay.
So both of us.
I'm sure she thought you were a dentist.
Yeah, that's right. So we both grew up in homes that didn't utilize chiropractic.
Yes.
Didn't know much about chiropractic, just uneducated from that standpoint. You got to think back, we're not that old, but still there wasn't quite a movement around chiropractic and a knowing around chiropractic. And so neither of us actually her grandfather was a medical doctor. And so she very much grew up in the way that there was a pill for this, pill for that. There was, those things.
Yeah.
And I was growing up very similar, right? You have a headache, here's an ibuprofen. Mm-hmm. You're sick, you take this. You do,
Yeah.
So we both grew up with that. So when I told her, I'm not thinking dental school's right for me, but I need to figure it out. So anyway, on that journey, just fast forward a little bit. So she's gone from seeing me through school and chiropractic school and start to get more of a passion for chiropractic and what I was going to do, to then me practicing on her, which probably wasn't so great. so,
Practicing medicine.
So yeah, hey, I got the book right here. She tells the story often, so I know I can tell it. I'd have the book right here, and then I'd have my table, in my apartment. I'd be like, okay, go ahead and lay down, and we're going to try this out. And I'd flip through the pages, and then, she's shaking on the table. So unfortunately, I think through the years of now being able to deliver good care for her, I think she's finally recovered from that time. So, yeah.
Well, when you're practicing medicine, that's just what it is. So she is full on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Chiropractic now. Do you do stuff with your kids too?
I do. So yeah, I had a passion very early on for prenatal and pediatric care. So I got extra certifications to be able to look after kids and pregnant women, and really when I was in Australia, that was huge.
Really?
We were in remote areas, and so I think in Bowen, where we were at when I was there was me, there was a dentist, and there was, I think, 2 medical doctors in the town.
How big is Bowen then?
About 5,000 people when we were there. Small town.
How far is that from like a larger city?
Townsville is the closest city. That's where my oldest was born, and that's 2 hours away. And that's still not a huge city. I mean, that's bigger.
Oh my
airport.
Gosh.
Bowen had a hospital, but you could not deliver babies there. It was basically an emergent care, and they transport you. So
wow, really?
It was small town.
So why? Okay, I spin
so many questions for you.
How Bowen is it called?
Bowen.
How did you get to Bowen out in the middle of nowhere?
So Craig, when I met Craig, he set up small town practices along the coast. He was
really.
He was a sailor. He was a yachty guy, and when he sailed back after a trip away, he sailed back into the Whitsunday area, which is where Bowen is, and set up the first office, and then set up another one, and he just kind of worked his way up the coast in small towns, and Bowen was one of them.
Wow.
So
where are your practices in Texas?
In Dallas. So all east of Dallas. So we're in Forney.
Okay.
Which is about 20 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, I know where that
30, 45 now at traffic, probably.
Yeah, probably.
And then Terrell's a little bit further, and then Fate is actually up north by Rockwall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
I mean, we haven't been there since the 1990s, so I'm sure that place is just
exploded.
Because they were little towns out of nowhere.
Yeah, this is...
Not anymore, huh?
Not anymore. No, you're just... all the highways developing out of that. There's a constant road work.
Wow.
Forney, they've just built a Costco, HEB. I mean, you're getting the big stuff.
My
in
goodness.
Forney now,
does that affect your business? Has it?
The growth there tremendously has. We started there in 2016 is when we started the first office there. And I want to say that the population of the city, well, let me say it this way. The amount of children enrolled in school last year was the population of the city in 2016.
Whoa, really?
Huge growth. Massive.
Wow. Yeah. So you hit the jackpot there as far as the business goes.
That's all God, man.
Wow, no kidding. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so what is you started these different practices. Mm-hmm. Is there, you said you were mentored by this gentleman. Did he have a specific kind of way to put the business together?
He did.
Okay, so what was kind of just quickly go through the process.
That. So he was focused on small towns instead of larger areas and servicing smaller communities that might necessarily have a chiropractor, right? I told you Bowen didn't have one. Forney had a couple. When I first came back, my in-laws in Arlington area, more closer to Fort Worth, knew we didn't want to be right down. There's tons of chiropractors there. So let's go look at the outer communities. Okay. And then it just grew where, okay, there's this community that really could be served and it's close to us. So that's how we just kind of organically grew. I set it around the same model as Craig of let's look at these smaller communities. Let's hire great docs out of school, mentor, guide them, give them the opportunity to maybe purchase the practice later on.
Got it.
And I'm waiting for that step, Pastor. So I got some great chiropractors that have been with me anywhere from 5 to 6 years, I think is my most veteran chiro, to ones that have just joined. And so just waiting for them to put their big...
So your goal is to have them purchase the practices from you. Is that what he did? In Australia
initially that was what the plan was, and then it changed, but that's a much longer story.
So it changed just because he
pulled in a partner.
Oh, he did. A larger partner that had money, so he can do that. Right?
So the larger partner wanted to keep everything all under him instead of and he was not in the chiropractic, not in the health world. He was
a money
straight
guy.
Up business money guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. How'd that affect that at all? Same practice, right? Same kind of thing?
Yeah, same practice. It just changed. It did, when you speak to the beliefs and the values and how we operate our business, it became a lot harder to work for them when it was all driven by dollar signs. It was all driven the bottom line.
You lose
people.
the
People didn't be, people were numbers. People were more symptoms instead of people. And Craig's thing was always, let's look after the people that are coming in, and they will look after us and the staff.
Yeah.
And
okay. So you've learned from that.
I learned big time from that.
So you're right now, your business model is build it, see if someone wants to buy it, and if they don't, you continue to do what you're doing and doing your things.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if that's in the future here. I mean, I definitely enjoy working for Dr. Sosa and the team, and it allows me to still support the Texas practices. And so I still have meetings with them on Monday, or be able to do this kind of stuff on Mondays, and then see patients at West Chase Chiro Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and close out the week with the family. So
okay, so let's go over some fun things. What's the number one favorite thing you like about chiropractic work?
I think the people. I think I am a people person, and seeing the results people get. Okay.
Favorite biblical character, since you're a Christian man, what favorite biblical character and why?
I think that's a bit slanted right now because I'm going through David's life.
That's okay.
And we took the kids to see the movie.
Oh, did you
at
really?
Christmas,
all right.
and
what did they think about that?
I thought it was really good.
Okay, good.
I thought that it was pretty close to biblical. I mean, there were definitely some things they left out for the kids,
of course,
right?
Of course.
But I thought it was really good.
And they didn't have him cutting off Goliath's head?
That's what I was referencing. I don't know, holding it up and taking it back, right? Yeah, they didn't show that part. But it made
I'm sure you're sitting there going, "Oh, please don't do it."
Let's see how far are they going to go, right?
Yeah.
But it was really good, and it made me start to wonder more about David's life. And so I think right now I am enjoying that. I'm into 2 Samuel now, so I'm
awesome.
It might change a little bit here soon, but I really do. I'm enjoying learning about David right now.
So I have a verse that is if you want to call it life verse. Actually, I have a couple of them. For Tanya and I in our home. So I want you to think about if you have a verse that. So in our home, when we got married, it was Proverbs 16:9. The mind of man plans his ways, and the Lord directs his steps. We understand that. We're going to just make our plans, but God's going to direct it wherever we go.
So good.
Right?
Yeah.
Another one that I have learned, and it was through my mom, which is Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, no matter what we're going through, right?
So good.
And so that was the life verse for the Today is My Favorite Day book, but it was also just my life verse that Tanya and I say all the time and bring up. Do you have a verse that in your life that you went, yeah, this makes a difference for me, or has made a difference for me?
I think I'll go back to, and I'm bad at remembering. I'm trying to be better at this.
He is too up there. Alex is too.
But I think it's, for me and my house will serve the Lord.
Oh, yes.
I know there's more to that.
Joshua 24.
But I know it's in Joshua. Yeah. So we talk to the kids a lot about this around the dinner table, and really feel called to serve and remembering who we're serving. Wow. Whether that's, we're out in the yard doing yard work this morning, or whether I'm in the office helping people live better lives, whatever you're doing, just remember that first and foremost, you're serving God.
As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. That's a gigantic thing. And matter of fact, the great thing about Joshua is he took the promised land, he got everybody dispersed, and then he looked at everybody and said, if you want to go back to these gods over here, or follow the gods of these people in here, that's up to you. But for me and my household, we're not doing that. We're going to follow the Lord.
Follow the Lord.
Yeah,
I need a Joshua movie now. That's what I need. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Violent.
It'd be very violent. Probably have to skip a lot, but
What happened to all the wars? The kids going, this is great. To go, hey, they skipped a lot of death.
Yeah. But, and David's the same, right? Like I'm going through, and I'm like, that's why they stopped the movie when they did.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. So it ends before David starts conquering he conquers the Amalekites, but that's pretty much it.
I was wondering, because he got Bathsheba in there and all that.
No, they stopped before all that. Yeah.
Probably good for that age.
Yeah, I think so.
So awesome. Great verse. the one thing you love about your wife that you've seen since you were dating to now? What's the one thing you kind of go, that I love?
I got to keep this PG, right? Like,
yes.
I'm assuming.
I get
I'm
that.
just kidding.
I get I get
obviously
that.
Her
I
looks
think
are,
the same way as you,
that's
my
right.
friend.
We're both men. Yeah, outside of her looks,
her beauty.
Yes, outside of her beauty, I would definitely say she's got a heart, a passion, a hospitality, just constantly wanting to give as well.
Wow.
Whether that's giving and having people to our home, whether that's giving monetarily or giving, she just has that heart.
Wow, a giving heart. That's a good heart to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Good heart. What's been the greatest thing being a dad? Whew. I know that's a challenge.
There's a lot there.
Because you're talking about little guys all the way up to now teenagers.
I've got our surprise 8-year-old up to the 14-year-old. So I think, and I don't know if this will answer it, but something that I'm trying to learn for myself, because I can always be focused on the next thing, as we've talked about business and all the different things going on. I have tried to just be present with my kids when I'm there with them. And I think that has helped me appreciate the different things about each one of them. Yeah. So, but favorite, I don't know if that answers the question.
No,
but
actually, being present is a huge thing. I love that. When you're talking about being present, can you give an example without getting too into it, not with the child's name to it, but just something you kind of went, this was really cool to just be present with.
Present with them. So much.
I know.
Yeah, without giving, I'll relay it to this thought for me, and being present came from my buddy, who, when his wife starts talking about these different memories, like you say, he goes, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. And it's, I think about that. My memory would be my youngest being born, because I really came into this presentness after my 2 other children were born. And so I can remember their birth. So I can remember being there. I can remember what happened, transpired, and what I felt emotionally through all that. But when my 3rd child was born, it was just a very cool experience, and just seeing her come into the world.
Would you say that was because you changed a bit, and is
Absolutely.
like with when you say presence, tell me a little bit more about what caused, you had this friend that talked to you about this, it sounds like, but what brought you to want to be more present? Because if we're more present with people, we're more present with God.
Absolutely.
So that goes hand in hand. So tell me about that.
So what was the question?
Okay, so if you said you were more present with this particular child, what
was the difference?
What was the difference?
So I think I was really fully there, instead of thinking about maybe the patient load of people that I had in the next shift, or maybe the next rental house we're looking at buying, or all these other things. I was just there. I was there with my wife and my new child.
What got you to slow down?
I think the conversation with my buddy. I think it was a gut check for me, because I started thinking, wow, I don't remember, this memory. We're naming certain things, maybe riding a bike or maybe walking for the first time. Well, do you remember when your oldest child took your first steps? And it's like, I remember when she started walking, but I wasn't there. I was maybe thinking about all these other things and not just focused right then and there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And that birth was a little different because you were
there, present,
watching that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fully there. I mean, we're there, but are you really there?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
And being present is huge. I think being present is huge for your business. Would you agree to that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You need to be present with your patients when they come in. So how do you do that? Because you got lots of people coming in, and there's obviously the business side of it, and you have to be a good businessman.
Yes.
But how do you stay present with people? So what do you do to do that?
So for I want to share with all of us, I think it's so cool, being able to go into our office, and you probably know this from maybe different times you've come in, but as a team, we are in the office before we start seeing any patients, and we huddle. We talk about the shift and who's coming in, and are we all ready for them, and getting everybody on the same page and ready and focused and present there, right? Back to the present, and then we all pray together.
I know that. That's awesome.
So we read a verse too. I'm trying to get better on, the actual connecting the verse and the book it came from.
Sure.
And then for me personally, and I've shared this with other chiropractors too, when I go from room to room and when I'm going from seeing one person to then seeing the next, you really have to focus and go, okay, I've helped them and now I'm leaving. And what I do is I'll touch the wall, and it's almost like just a reset for me to say, okay. Pastor Dave has walked out, and now I'm resetting and I'm ready for Mary here.
Wow, I
or
love
whoever
that.
it is.
Love that. That's a good practice.
So if I'm ever there a little bit longer,
I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch you touching that thing.
Or and as you know, I'll grab feet or ankles, and I'll just sometimes stay there a little bit longer. Sometimes it's a short prayer for that person, whatever is felt.
That's cool. That's cool. So you said you're reading through Samuel right now?
Yes, I'm in the second Samuel now.
Okay, is Bible reading something that you've learned when you were a kid, or is that something that's been new for you?
So definitely learned as a kid. You know, obviously read your Bible.
You grew up in the church.
Read your Bible. But I think the intentionality of it
that's what I was getting at.
is definitely more prevalent now. And I think as an example to my kids, I try and read sometimes in front of my kids, or they'll know when I first wake up.
Yes, that's right.
I'm in my office. First thing I do, that's what I've become very intentional about, is just first thing before I look at my phone. Obviously it wakes me up, but after that, before I look at my phone, before I look at emails, before I look at anything else, and I used to be on my phone and I'd read in the Bible app, but now I've done away with that because I can get so distracted.
It's so easy to get distracted. I was bringing that up to the church. I go, guys, you may want to go back to paper Bibles.
Paper Bible. So I got my paper Bible on my desk. I pull it, and yes, I'm still going through David's life right now, and then there's a devotion attached to it I find in the Bible app. So yeah, it's cool.
There are major studies that have gone on over the last probably 7-8 years. Huge studies. Barno, for one, that looked at what the Bible, when someone reads 1 day a week or 2 days a week or 3 days a week, there's no movement in the way they change. Their life is not changed.
Wow.
But if they read 4 times or more, their life starts reflecting what's in the Bible.
What's in the Bible. How cool.
Isn't that cool? So what you're doing, your intentionality, you're going to be reflecting Christ without even knowing you're doing it to the family.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was brand new Christian, guy who's discipled me said, you need to be in the Word of God every day.
Every day.
And make sure you're in it every day. So as our kids grew up, and I remember Rebecca would get up, and that's a joke that I do at the church, she would go knock on my door, and she goes, Daddy, are you done with Jesus yet? I said, almost. And would now come out and play, and then we'll get her ready for school and stuff, because she was an early bird like me. Yeah. So she would knock on that door and go, Are you done with Jesus? Done with Jesus? I go,
How sweet.
And then I'd come out and play with her. But that was a common thing that she knew that was part of my life.
I think what I've noticed is that I'm very intentional with the 5 days. Saturday and Sunday can be a little trickier.
Yep.
Get to sleep in a little later, right? Not getting up to get the kids at school. So I know those 5 days, but I'll tell you what, when it doesn't happen one of those 5, those days are just different.
It's different.
They just are different. So for anybody listening, that's what I would encourage them is, like you said, at least 4, if not the 5.
Yeah. At least get
Monday
that
through
in.
Friday. Get those in.
You're a businessman. I know you own properties too, so you've gotten into that too. So a businessman, a chiropractor, husband and father, and the number one thing you need to be doing is being in that Word of God to keep your head on straight so you can be present with your kids.
For sure.
Is that what you would suggest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Present with my kids, present with whoever I'm with.
Okay.
If I'm going into the office, I have a thing I go through when I'm driving to the office. It's getting in the mental mindset of like, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing.
So what do you do?
And then when I leave, same thing. I'm praying about the people that are coming in. It's kind of like our huddle as a team, but it's a little more intentional with just me and my Jesus time.
So let's do this stuff real quick.
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is go from the morning you get up to getting to the chiropractic. Kind of go through that really quick.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're super, Christian.
No.
I'm just saying, tell me what you do as a businessman.
Yeah, absolutely. So I get up, it's quiet time, and then I go through 3 things I want to accomplish today, 3 top things, and then it's...
Explain quiet time real quick. So start from the beginning. So you're getting up, quiet time, go from there.
Quiet time is, first I start in reading what I'm going to read. And then I have the devotion that's attached to it. So I get on the Bible app and I'm going through a devotion of 2 Samuel and understanding it more. Good. And then prayer time. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I step into family time with getting the kids ready for school. Mm-hmm. And I make breakfast. I'm the breakfast guy. Yep. So Monday through Friday, my wife might give me a day or two off a week, but I'll make breakfast, get them all ready for school. And then I'm usually able to take them to school.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I got to do that too.
Yeah. I love it because it's an extra little time with my 2 youngest kids. Yes. The oldest is carpool and now with high schoolers, but I get still that time with my younger kids. And then if I go to the office, so it's just a typical day. If I go to the office from there, Tuesday it's into the office, or Wednesday it's early. But anyway, I'm heading to the office. I'm driving. Now it's a short drive from my house to West Chase, Cairo. So it's only 5 to 10 minutes, and it's sometimes I'll have Christian music on in the background. Someone just be silent, and I'm praying about the people that are coming in. I'm praying about my focus. I'm praying about maybe if it's a difficult report I need to give, or I know what the situations are. But then I get to the office, and then we have our huddle, look after people. I debrief with the ladies sometimes, and then
pray,
and then
off to you. Wow.
Yeah, and so then it's a mental shift again when I leave, and I talk to so many of the chiropractors that work for me about this. So I do my coaching with the chiros that work for me, and I tell them, like, you have to make sure that the same happens when you go home.
Yes,
right. I don't need you bringing stuff from home. To go in to look after people. They need 100% you.
That's right.
But your kids and your wife need 100% you too. Yeah. And I think we even talked about this when we went out for coffee. We did. Early on in my career, I was driving business, right? Like I was driving business, go. And then I get home and there's nothing left for my wife.
That's right.
And we went through something. It was like, hey, I know you're doing a lot. And yeah, we're living a great life and you're providing for our family, but
this isn't working for me.
So it was a shift.
It's amazing how our wives want more from us.
Yeah.
They actually care and love us.
It's weird. So,
wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, I want other business people, men and women, to hear kind of your cycle, if you will.
Yeah, that was good.
Of what you do. Again,
wasn't always like that either.
Right.
I've learned.
Right, exactly. That's another thing I want to bring up is that it could start now.
Right.
So that practicing being present with God and people can start today.
Absolutely.
And that's the key. So thank you, Dr. Josh, for being here. Thank you for doing that for us.
Thanks for having me.
Hoping that business people will be able to see this and it'll be a good thing for you guys. That's what we're hoping for. Remember, Today can be your favorite day. Remember, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Guys, have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts alone. TIMFD is produced by the awesome Alex Korn. And until next time, have a great day, stay grateful, grounded, and growing in Christ.